Guys, today I will be sharing how to make coffee jelly cheesecake. I created this recipe with my sister in mind because she made coffee jelly for her birthday. So I hope you enjoy this as much as we do. We need 4.5 cups of water, 1 cup of sugar, 2.5 tablespoons of unflavored gelatin, and 3 tablespoons of coffee. To begin, in a pot, we're just gonna combine all the ingredients. So this is the water, and then we're gonna add in the coffee, give it a mix, add the sugar, and then we're gonna add in the unflavored gelatin as well. And then we're gonna move on to the stove and we're gonna let this boil. Once it starts boiling, we can turn off the heat. And then we're gonna transfer this in a container. I'm gonna have 2 containers. This container here will be for the filling, and then I got a small container which I'll show you here. So this small one will be for the top of the cheesecake. So we're gonna let this set before we could move on to the next step. So now my jelly has set. So I've got 24 pieces of Oreo here and 100 grams of butter. I crushed the Oreo, I melted the butter. So I'm just gonna combine this together until it resembles like a wet sand. So I've got a 10-inch springform pan in here that I lined with parchment paper on the side and at the bottom. And then I just gonna dump the base of the cheesecake in here. I'm gonna compress this until it is well compacted, just like so. And then we're gonna put this in the fridge while we move on to the next step. So this is my jelly. Now I'm cutting it into cubes. So again, the long one will be for the filling and the small one will be for the top. So here you go. We're gonna set this aside and then we're gonna move on to the filling now. For the filling, we need 1/4 cup of water. We need 2 packets of cream cheese, which is 500 grams in total, 3 teaspoons of unflavored gelatin, 1 can 395 grams of condensed milk, half a cup of cream. You can use all-purpose cream here, and this is 1.5 tablespoons of icing sugar. So to begin, we're just gonna bloom the gelatin. So combine the water and the gelatin, give it a mix, and then we will set this aside. I've got my cream cheese here that is at room temperature. I'm just gonna start beating this or mixing this using an electric mixer. If you don't have an electric mixer, you can certainly use a whisk or a spatula to do this. Occasionally stop to scrape down the side of the bowl. At this point, we can add the condensed milk. Alright, give it a mix again using the electric mixer. Once it's smooth, we can stop mixing. Now, remember the unflavored gelatin. We're just gonna melt this in the microwave until it becomes liquid. About 20 seconds in the microwave. So it's now melted. We'll just set this aside for a while so it cools down a little bit. Now I've got the cream here, and then I added the powdered sugar. I just gonna whisk this a little bit or beat this a little bit. It doesn't need to form stiff peaks. We just want to create a little bit of air on it, just a little bit. I'll show you the consistency that we're after. Just like this. And now we're just gonna add this with the cream cheese mixture. Then just fold this. Now we're ready to add the gelatin. Once everything is well mixed, we can start adding the coffee jelly. So add the coffee jelly in 2 additions using the folding method. So remember, we've got a reserve jellies for the top. So we're gonna transfer this into the prepared springform pan. Now, remember the reserve jelly that we have. We're gonna randomly add it on the top. So now we're just gonna let this sit in the fridge for about 4 hours or overnight. Do not tap it or else the jelly on the top will sink. So just gently place this in the fridge to set. I let mine sit overnight. So we're ready to unmold the cheesecake. We're just gonna release the springform pan and remove the parchment paper. And then all we need to do now is to transfer this into the cake platter. And this is the finished product. I hope you give this a try. If you're like me who loves coffee, for sure you're gonna enjoy this. You're not gonna regret making this. And then just to show you what it looks like when you cut the cheesecake. Oh, this is so good, promise. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!